Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to
Welcome to
Tummyful Kitchen.
Tummyful Kitchen.
So what are we doing today? What are we making?
Yummy Biryani.
Yummy biryani? Okay, so we're making yummy biryani. And we are the official tasters of Tummyful Kitchen. So are you guys ready? So for veggie biryani, of course, the first ingredient is rice. I've soaked the rice in the water for past 15 and 20 minutes. And here I have all the preparation ready for the biryani. So let's get started. Let's peek into the vegetables now. Here are some French beans. Here I have some diced potatoes, cauliflower, diced paneer, diced carrots, and some onions. And here I have crushed ginger, garlic, and green chilies. We have some saffron. We will be mixing it into a little bit of milk later on. Then I have some bay leaves, some kasuri methi, salt, yogurt, red chili powder, garam masala powder, cinnamon stick, as well the black peppercorns. I have some cloves, star anise, this is really good for the aroma, turmeric powder, jeera, and Dhania powder. So first, I have some rice here that I've soaked in the water. So I'll start the gas. And I'm going to add some salt. Along with that, I'll add some bay leaves. And I'm going to add some cinnamon and clove. This will give our rice really nice aroma. Now it's time to add some star anise. While our rice is cooking, I'm going to add a little bit of oil. And here I have my oil ready. So what we're doing is we're going to fry the onions. So the trick is you have to slice them really thin, and then all you have to do is you have to pull them apart. And here we start. And while our onions are frying, I'm gonna start another pan. And we're gonna saute our veggies. So I like to saute my veggies in ghee, which is clarified butter for the biryani. So I'm going to add some ghee, actually lots of ghee. Now let's add some tempering. So first in goes some bay leaves, then some jeera, cumin seeds, and I'm going to add some cinnamon sticks. Along with that, I will be adding some peppercorns. Also, don't forget to check on the onions. The onions are frying really nice and it started to change the color slightly. We need to fry them till they turn golden brown and really crispy. Once the onion starts changing the color, you have to be quick to take them out because it doesn't take very long time for the onions to change the color from golden brown to dark brown, and then it will start tasting really bitter. And we don't want that in our biryani. Also make sure to check on our rice. We don't want to overcook the rice because once we do the layering, we will be heating the pan after the layers are done, and we will be cooking the rice for a few more minutes so that it absorbs all the taste from the veggies as well as the onions. So if you can take a look, our ghee is all heated and all dry spices have started crackling. And I can feel the nice aroma of ghee. So it's time to add some potatoes. I would like to saute my potatoes really well so that you don't feel that they are undercooked. And let's make our veggies colorful by adding some beautiful carrots. Give it a nice stir. The other trick for cooking veggies is that you can always blanch them in the water, but I would like to keep the nutritions inside, so I would like to add potatoes, carrots and French beans raw and then cook them in the ghee. And let's add some salt. And then give it a nice stir in the onions time to time to make sure that they are not burning. And I think they're almost ready to come out from the oil. Give it a nice stir in the veggies one more time to make sure they don't stick to the pan. And let's cover the lid. And finally, the onions are ready and they look really nice and golden brown. So this is the time we have to take them off. If you can see that within few seconds, it changed the color really fast from light brown to slightly golden brown. That is exactly what we want. Let's add another batch of onion. It smells delicious right over here. I'm going to give it a stir in the onions, and then it's time to add more veggies into our pan. So now it's time to add some cauliflowers. I would like to add the cauliflowers after the carrots, beans and potatoes are slightly cooked because it takes less time for cauliflower to cook than the potatoes, carrots and the French beans. Give it a nice stir one more time and make sure that all veggies are mixed properly. Let's cover the lid and let it cook for a while. And let's see what's going on with our rice. After draining extra water, this is how our rice should look. And have a close look at the crispy onions. You can get it from the market too, but I would like to make it homemade because it's fresh. Let's see if our veggies are cooked now. In order to cook the veggies really nice, you always should keep the lid on so it retains all the nutrients inside. And here you go. I think my potatoes are cooked. So let's give it a nice stir. Now, my favorite part, spices. So let's start with some ginger garlic and green chili, some turmeric powder, and in goes some coriander powder. It is actually coriander and cumin seeds powder. We call it Dhania powder. In goes some Garam masala powder. And now it's time to add some fenugreek leaves. If you have fresh fenugreek, which is methi leaves, you can add that too. Let's add yogurt. It will give really nice sourness into our biryani. As you can see, I'm not adding any tomatoes
or any lime juice in this biryani. So the sourness will come from this yogurt. Give it a nice stir. Also keep checking on our final batch of onions. You really need to have patience to fry these onions. And now the final ingredient for our veggies, which is paneer. I'm going to add my paneer cubes at last. So in goes the diced paneer. Make sure you give it a really nice stir and be gentle with the paneer so that you don't break them. But you also want to make sure that all spices sticks to the paneer as well as the veggies. And as you can see, our onions turned golden brown, so let's take them out of the oil. And the last ingredient that we need to deep fry is our cashew nuts. Cashew nuts are optional. If you like to have cashews in your biryani, you can add them. If you want, you can opt them out. Some people also like to add raisins, but I don't recommend you to deep fry your raisins. If you really want to add them, just add them in your veggies when you're adding cinnamon, peppercorns, and cloves. So in goes my cashew nuts. Make sure you keep stirring our veggies really nice and gentle. So, looks like our veggies are done. Cashews are done. So, let's start our plating. I'm going to turn off the heat. So for the plating, all you have to do is you have to layer everything one by one. So first I'm going to start with some rice. What you can do is you can divide the rice in two portions, and you can mix saffron in one rice and you can keep the white rice aside as well. That would also look really good. So once you're done layering the rice evenly at the bottom of the pan, the next thing you want to do is add a nice and thick layer of your vegetables. I would like to have lots of veggies into my layer so that you don't miss the separate curry or veggie when you're eating your biryani. Usually biryani goes along just by itself. Most of the time, all you need is yogurt or raita with the biryani. So let's spread our veggie layer across evenly. And we have to repeat same process one more time so that you get to see those layers when you're doing the actual plating for the biryani. So I'm going to spread another layer of rice. If you can see, there's really nice aroma. Well, you cannot see it, you have to feel it. So after spreading another layer of rice, I'm going to spread my crispy onions. If you can see, they're really golden brown and crispy. Along with the cashew nuts, I have spreaded the layer across. Now I'm going to add some ghee at the edges of the pan. The reason why I'm adding the ghee and I'm spreading it across the edges of the pan is we have to heat this pan for a few minutes after we are done layering, and we don't want our rice or our veggies stick to the pan. Another layer of rice, and this time I'm going to add all my veggies into this layer. I'm just trying to be careful not to spill it around. Spread it across nice and evenly. And the last and final layer of our rice. I will be adding some saffron now. You can add the saffron by itself, or you can mix it in a little bit of milk and you can add that as well. Again, it all depends on your preference. And in goes all the onions and cashews. And our biryani is all ready. All you have to do is cover the lid and put it on really low flame for a few minutes. Make sure you cover the lid really nice so the aroma doesn't go out of the pan.